Today we are holding the middle of chapter 52, Parak and Beis, and we are going to speak about the Shechina. We're going to speak a little bit about the Shechina. Aval Shechina Atzma, but the Shechina itself, right? We said yesterday how the Shechina has to come down into many forms in order, and we're going to explain that today also, in order to give life to our world. Aval Shechina Atzma, but the Shechina itself, Shehi Reishis Agili Vikar, which is the source of all revelation, what the Hashem's infinite light gives to the world, right? We explained yesterday how the Shechina is really the source, the epicenter of all the energy of every creation. That the energy that comes out of the Shechina is not like just like the sun, which just radiates from the sun, right? It's such a strong light that you can't just take the Shechina and say, oh, I'll just give it to you, I'll give it to you. No, the Shechina is such a high level that in order for it to enclose itself in our world, in physical things, and to give them vitality, give them life, give them energy, you have to have a garment, right? Just like right now we're all wearing garments, right? So it has to have something which closes it up and basically conceals some of its light from being overexposed, right? If any of you know photography a little bit, it's something called exposure. So certain pictures, when you take them, the camera will say overexposed, or you'll see too much light. You won't see the thing in that. You'll just see white because there's too much light. The lens in the camera is too big. It's letting in too much light. So here too also, we don't want the things in the world to be we don't want all the creations to become batel, to become nullified, to become nothing. Why? Because when the Shechina, if you just put the Shechina into them, what's going to happen? They're not going to exist anymore. The ray of the light that we see, that shines down Balaclava and Inkerman and all the roads and Yeshiva and the basketball courts, that ray of light, and through your window in the morning, that ray of light, when we see that light, let's say that light goes back to the sun, you're not going to see it as a ray, you're not going to even see the light at all. It's going to be buttled, it's going to be nullified, because the actual sun is so many times stronger than that actual ray. Right? When you look at the sun, you don't see the lights, the little individual lights. You see the source of the light, the big fireball. So, in order for the Shekhinah to dwell within the world, there has to be a garment, something which covers over, which helps conceal the light. And then it'll be able to actually give life to us, and it won't put us out of existence. Right? So now the question is, but what type of garment... This Shechina is so strong, what type of garment could you give it that will actually conceal the light? It's such an unlimited light. You can't put a sweater over it. You can't put a blanket over it. You have to put something that we don't even know. So what are you going to say right now exactly what this garment is going to be? And what is this levush? Right? Seemingly, this light is so strong, if anything and everything gets batel in its presence, right? Then seemingly the clothing also that you put on it, the levush, the concealment, should also become batel. So we say, no, this is a special levush. Who is Hashem's will and Hashem's ratzin. Hashem's will and Hashem's chachma. Hamalubashim b'Torah u'mitzvah, which are enclosed in Hashem's Torah mitzvahs and nigos anol v'neinu. So basically, Hashem's Torah mitzvahs is the clothing for the Shekhinah. The Shekhinah dwells amongst the Torah mitzvahs, and that's how we get our life, from Torah mitzvahs, as we'll explain right now. The Iraisa me chachma nafkas, right? Iraisa, which is the Torah, comes from where? Hashem's chachma. Chachma ilah, the la'ela me alma diskaya, which is much higher than alma diskaya. So this alma diskaya that we spoke about yesterday, which we also call Shechina, which is coming to give life. It's the point of revelation. The first revelation that created our world, anything physical, anything outside of Hashem. That level is very high, and seemingly we have no levush, nothing that can conceal it and make it usable for human beings. But we say no, there's a level that's higher than it, and therefore that level, which is Hashem's chachma, cannot become batel. We said before, any levush you put on it will become batel. The Shechina is so strong. We said no, there's a level that's higher than the Shechina, which is Hashem's chachma. The Hashem is basically one with His wisdom. and his wisdom is not the same wisdom that we have, like the Rambam says and was quoted in Parak Beis Tanya, right in the beginning. Like we explained earlier, Hashem is unified with Chachma, his Chachma. Right? By a human being, there's me, and there's my knowledge, and there is the thing I'm knowing. But by Hashem, all those three things, which is the knower, the knowledge, and the ability to know, are all one. So it's really the etzem of Hashem. So if so, how could this chachma, if this chachma, we said before that the Shekhinah is so high that anything in its presence will become batel, and we said, so what's the levush that we could use? We said, the levush is a level that's even higher than Shekhinah. So the question comes back, how come that level doesn't put us out of existence? If it's much higher than Shekhinah, and Shekhinah puts us out of existence, Kal v'chomer, this level should put us out of existence. So we say, this level came down, was like a watered down version, many levels, from one to level to the next level, from the chain effect of all the worlds, one world to the next world, and finally, until it came down to physical things, which is the taryag, the 630 mitzvahs of Torah, right, of Hashem's ratzon. That's how it came down and manifests itself in this world. And therefore we're not batel because it came down through many concealments, and finally we were able to get it. So in short, we asked, what is this Shekhinah? How could we handle it if it is such a high level? So we say there is a garment covering it, concealing its light somewhat, and therefore we're only able to get what we need. It doesn't put us out of existence. And what is this level? This is the level of Chachma, Hashem's Torah, Hashem's will, Hashem's ratzon. And this level, even though it's much higher than Shekhinah, also cannot put us out of existence because that level was watered down from what it was originally, and it came down into this physical world, into physical mitzvahs and Torah from Hashem's will. Shkoyach for joining today's Tanya Shiur.